My baby took my edges and there was nothing I could do about it.
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not understanding.
So, as you may know, I have 4 kids. I have a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and an 8-month-old. And I have had postpartum alopecia with 3 of them. So with my first daughter, I did not have postpartum alopecia. With the last 3, they came for my edges. And when I say my hair fell out, my hair fell out from the root. My baby took my edges and there was nothing I could do about it. It didn't just break. It wasn't like it was no. It was rub it right here and right here, shiny, okay? You can see the white at the end of the hair follicle, the way my hair fell out. But if that is your story, don't worry, I'm gonna give you some tips on how to deal with that, like how I dealt with it. One of the easiest ways to hide postpartum alopecia is with a wig. So at Circe Hair Extensions, we sell lace front wigs, we also sell lace closure wigs. And all that is basically you have hair constructed on a wig, and then at the front, right here, you have hair that's constructed and attached to a piece of lace, and either the lace will just cover the front of your hair, maybe about this much. This is a 5x5, what's called a closure. So that means the lace is from about here to here, or you can get what's called a lace frontal or a lace front, and that goes all around the front perimeter of your hair. And basically, you're gonna just wear a wig and cover your hair so that you can take time to regrow it. So while your hair is growing, either you're applying and massaging in coconut oil, rosemary water. There's a lot of DIYs and medications out there that can help. But when it comes to kind of protecting your hair and styling your hair while your hair is regrowing, a wig is an amazing way to hide that damage or that breakage or that fallout until your hair regrows, which is hopefully sooner than later. Another way that you can hide some of your postpartum alopecia areas is by doing a versatile sew-in. So a sew-in is basically when you take tracks and bundles that are on a weft and sew them into your hair, but you can do certain things that can help hide bald spots or thin spots or short spots if you're suffering from postpartum alopecia. You could do things like I-tips or K-tips or tape-ins, or you could do individual tracks. And let's say you are thinning on this side but not so much on this side, you might want to do something like a side part. So you could sew in the back, then you could have tape-ins or I-tips or K-tips on this side, the side part here, it could fall here and cover this area while you're waiting for it to regrow. Another thing that you could do is do a sew-in maybe with a bang. So maybe what you can do is you can do a sew-in and sew it into a circle at the top and then have a bang, and that covers this area. Let's say you've got thinning at the front, maybe here at the sides, which is where a lot of women have postpartum alopecia. That's personally where mine is. If you have a bang that comes down over, it can cover this area here while you're waiting for it to regrow, and you're able to treat it. So you can just lift up the bang and massage in whatever oils or products that you use to treat your postpartum alopecia, and that will give you some coverage while you're waiting for regrowth. Another thing that you can do is a middle part sew-in. So I am going to maybe stitch a little video of a sew-in that I did, and I'm still dealing with postpartum alopecia, to be honest. But what I did is I just did a sew-in, and because I don't have much hair right here, I did a braid that starts maybe back here, and then I let the hair fall over, and then I covered the tracks that were sewn in here with my own hair in the middle and let that fall and cover over. And honestly, it looked pretty good. I do have some very thin hair here at the edges, so I was able to do baby hair, but I wasn't able to pull my hair back into a ponytail or anything like that because I have very thin hair right here and some parts where there's no hair at all. So while I'm waiting for that to regrow, honestly, sometimes I do get tired of the wigs. They're nice and they're a good protective style, but sometimes I just want to wear my own hair out because it just looks more natural, and for me it's a little bit less maintenance. So then I'll go ahead and do a sew-in, and I'll make sure that it falls to cover my postpartum alopecia areas. Honestly, if you've had postpartum alopecia, it's just one of those things that sometimes happens when you have a baby. It sucks, it really does, but hopefully it hopefully does come back, and if not, maybe consult your doctor, they can do something about it. But in the meantime, those are some tips and tricks that you can use to help cover that damage or that fallout while you're waiting for it to regrow. And if you're looking for the best type of hair extension, if you're a new mom that just had a baby and you want to take care of your hair or have a nice hairstyle but you don't have much time, you can click here for some easy low maintenance styles that look really good that don't take a lot of effort.